Go Big Red indeed. No block, no rock. We are in season 5, episode
18.
18. The Brooke Behringer episode. How about that? How about that, Mike? Huh?
Hey.
You like that?
Yeah.
He's not on that shirt.
Hey, it's the Peyton Manning episode, actually. Thank you very much.
My dog.
Yeah. Before we get started,
Do it. Hit it.
let's before we talk about the beers we're drinking from Nebraska Brewing Company, let's talk about our latest sponsor, Underdog Fantasy. Do you want to get started?
Yeah. So Underdog Fantasy is really cool. We've been partnering with them for like almost a month and a half now.
Yep.
So it's your typical fantasy gambling app. You get to build your lineups. You can win money. And in addition to everyone wants to show off their fantasy prowess. But if you sign up at Underdog Fantasy right now and use the code NBNR, you can receive up to $1,000 in bonus cash.
Yes.
Bonus cash.
That
is a lot of money.
It's free money. And if you sign up and use that promo code, you support our podcast without even knowing you're doing it. So
Yeah.
it's really easy.
In addition to the bonus cash you get a free pick. You get a free pick if you sign up using the code NBNR. You're supporting the pod. We get some money back on our end. You get to win a ton of money. Don't be like Mike. Mike, again, my favorite segment. Last week, I think you said you had 37 cents in that account. What are we looking like now? Tell me you're a millionaire.
It's still at 37 cents. We haven't made a bet yet because I got to put some more money in there, but it's fine.
No, you go with that 37-cent bet, baby.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Double down, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'll make sure I hit like a 3-player parlay and we'll be good. Yeah.
Exactly.
Bet this Monday night game tonight. It's going to be a thriller. So shout out to our sponsors, Underdog Fantasy.
Yeah, go to Underdog Fantasy, sign up, use the promo code NBNR. You get bonus cash. You support the pod, and it costs you nothing except for your entry into Underdog Fantasy. You're going to become millionaires, and we are going to continue recording the show.
And back to another sponsor of ours, Nebraska Brewing Company. Look at that.
Pickle fight. I'm back on the pickle, baby. It's been a while.
That's what she said. All right.
It's been a long time. I'm back on it. I miss the tangy, you know, that
is a pickle tangy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
I think
it's
you
good.
could say it's tangy, sort of.
It's my taste buds are awakened once again. No offense to the Hefeweizen.
That's the best beer.
No offense to the Pilsner. There's just something about a pickle that really just pops my taste buds. Mike.
Well, I am back on the train of the EOS Hefeweizen. That is the best beer at Nebraska Brewing Company. Can't tell me any differently. We did have some listeners actually go into the brewery. I don't remember, where were they from?
He lives in Louisville. That was Frozen Beers is his Twitter handle.
Oh, yeah.
If he
Yeah,
is-
Frozen beers.
Yeah, if he is watching or listening, shout out. It was great to meet you. He originally from the Pacific Northwest, was brewing out there, brewed in Nebraska for a little bit, and is now looking to open a brewery in Kentucky. It was a great conversation. Love the show. So Frozen Beers, I forget your actual name. I'm so sorry. But thank you for coming in, and thank you for listening and supporting the pod.
Yes, Mr. Beers.
Mr. Beers. Senior, can I call you Senior Frozen?
Yeah.
Senior Frozen. Shout out to you for listening to our beer, I guess, what do you want to say? Recommendations?
Yeah.
And doing that for years and then deciding to make a special trip to Nebraska Brewing Company.
I will also point out that he did have, I think, at least 2 beers, and one of them was the No Bach, No Rock. It is back on tap right now. He did have the No Bach, No Rock, and he loved it. So,
yeah.
Again, thank you for coming in. Thank you for supporting the show.
Freaking A.
Connor, go ahead.
Okay, so this actually is kind of a sad day, sort of. This is the last Pilsner in the fridge. So at some point in this episode, you will see me drinking the Ale Storm.
Oh, good.
But for right now, I am drinking the Pilsner, my emotional support beer. We'll get to the Ale Storm soon enough. Mr. Kyle Byers, what do you got?
I'm drinking water.
That's 2 episodes in a row.
That's 2 episodes in a row. I don't know. I'm
okay?
I'm
What's
off
going on?
I'm off the sauce for now.
Yeah.
But I do love me some Nebraska Brewing Company. And I have a $5 super chat in here from BA.
Yo, BA.
Shout out BA.
He says, here's a few bucks for Mike's gambling problem.
Jesus. Seriously.
Addicts support addicts.
See, normally I would say it's not a gambling problem, but Mike doesn't win. So it is a problem.
It's a losing problem for Mike.
Well, actually, Connor, he normally. Oh, shoot. It's
Wait,
okay.
here it is.
Normally, I prefer backdoor.
Yeah.
You get 2 an episode. Don't blow your load too fast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, reach that one.
I mean, we could have
Yes.
hit it again if we really wanted to.
yeah,
It's fine. Hit it. World class.
in every glass.
There
There
you
we
go.
go. All right. This is a podcast about Nebraska football and volleyball.
Yeah.
Shout out to the girls.
2024 has been a very welcome. There's been a very welcome development happening this year. And it's that Nebraska athletics has utterly owned Wisconsin this year.
Yeah.
Owned them.
It feels good.
That's Wisconsin with an L because they can't get any dubs in Nebraska, baby.
So, volleyball goes through that kind of horrific stretch where they lost like 10 in a row to them. They break it last year. And ever since then, it's been Nebraska's in control of this series.
Did we sweep them 3 times this year?
Three
We
times.
did.
Nine
Nine.
sets. Nine dubs.
9 up, 9 down, baby. And it just feels right. The universe feels okay. And Nebraska football, too. Just getting off that schneid. Volleyball 110. Football at 110. Break both of those streaks. Fuck you, Wisconsin. Wisconsin, excuse me.
Can I ask you guys? I was nervous about both, if I'm being honest, especially in the NCAA tournament right now. But which, if you had to pick, and you don't have to, but which one meant more to you? Because obviously the football win, 12 years, 10 games, was big.
Yeah,
but
it's really
sweeping Wisconsin 3 times in one season for volleyball, especially the one in the tournament, I'm gonna side with the volleyball girls. They're rocking.
I gotta side with the dudes. on
Okay.
The football side. And that is only Jesus.
Sorry.
Yeah, right? Okay, sorry. But that is only because of how just listless the football program has been. Has nothing to do because look, volleyball, 10 in a row is dare I say, unexcusable considering how elite the program is. But Nebraska football has been in the doldrums and they had to freaking end that streak. So the football win was more satisfying.
Not to mention that Wisconsin win in football was bowl bound win for Nebraska.
Yeah.
That's a fair point.
So
Yeah.
I would say I enjoyed that one more because I expected Nebraska to beat their ass again in volleyball, and they did. But that's what good teams do. They just go take care of business, and that's what Nebraska did against Wisconsin 3 times this year. Now Penn State, you turn the page of that. That game's, in my opinion, that's probably the national championship because I think they'll take care of Pitt or whoever ends up being on that side. But
Did you guys happen to notice that all of the volleyball teams left are 1 seeds?
Yes. All 4.
And with the chaos of that tournament, to have all 4 1 seeds advance to the Final Four is wild.
Yeah.
Kyle, which one meant more to you?
I'm more of a football fan, so I'll say that. But what I will say is that yesterday was the ultimate trap game for Nebraska volleyball, and they came in and kicked the ever-loving shit out of them. It was
really did, dude.
Look, you've already swept them twice that year, and you're in the midst of it's make or break to go to the Final Four. And last night they had to have it. They had to win. It's the ultimate, this is the stuff Tom Osborne talks about. When there's nothing on the line, you're at a great advantage. But last night they had everything on the line against a team they'd already beaten twice this year. You didn't know if they were going to come in and play soft or we've got it. We're gonna win again. No, they came in, they played their best game of the year, and they ended up winning. And now they're heading to Louisville.
Dayton put up a better fight for God's sakes.
Yeah.
Come on now.
And Dayton was missing their leading hitter.
Yeah. She got hurt early in that game.
Which I'll tell you, Dayton did make me a little bit nervous. But Kyle, to what you were saying, people will always tell you it's hard to beat the same team twice. It's hard.
Yeah.
Not only did they beat them twice, they beat them 3 times. And it wasn't just beating them, it was sweeping them.
Right.
It was
That
good.
is one of the most impressive things I've seen in a very long time.
See, and usually with our sports teams, you would kind of expect an egg to be laid. You know what I mean?
At some point.
I guess Wisconsin especially, just because you've already swept them twice. It's hard to do it a third time. You're at home. It's of course it's going to be Wisconsin. But here's the thing though. The volleyball program is different. they have earned our respect. They have earned the right. Beautiful. They've earned the benefit of the doubt. Where like, no, we shouldn't have freaking doubted them. We shouldn't have.
Do you want to hear something crazy?
Yes.
I was listening to the morning show with Ravi and DB.
Yeah.
And they had Sam McEwen on. And he compared John Cook to Ryan Day this morning.
Interesting.
Is he saying he was born on third base because of Terry Pettit?
That had to have been a part of it.
I think that's a part of it, and I think he's talking about just having the talent and all that, all those things. But I just thought that was like the most asinine thing I've ever fucking heard. And I thought about coaches that I would compare if we were talking volleyball and football comparisons. I said that John Cook is more like Nick Saban.
100% agree.
And I would say that, and I think the other one was they were talking about Creighton's coach.
Booth.
Kirsten Berthal Booth. Yep.
Yes. And they're talking about Booth. And I said, okay, if we're talking about Booth, if you're saying that, John Cook is Ryan Day. I said, I think he's more like Ryan, or he's more like Nick Saban. And I would say that Booth is probably more like Kyle Whittingham. Like they probably overachieve, do more with less.
Yeah.
They win, but they've never won anything big. Like that's kind of where I would like suit like the Booth versus the Saban and the Cook and the all that stuff.
Wait
but,
a second.
Yeah, but Sam McEwen
Well, okay, go. Sorry.
compared him to Ryan Day.
Well, okay.
And they went on a conversation for a while about it too.
Well,
The whole segment was just that.
so that segment went on for a while, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
And he kind of retreated and went back and forth on it, but
he's been a little wishy-washy.
Yeah.
Why? Because it was a dumb argument?
because it was a dumb thing he said.
Well, okay. I can debunk that literally in 5 seconds. Ready? Do a countdown if you want to.
All right, I'm on it.
How
Ready?
many natties has Ryan Day won?
There it is. Done.
It took you 3 seconds.
How many natties has John Cook won? 4?
Yeah.
Okay. Next.
Yeah,
I don't know really what else you want me to. John Cook, he's only behind Russ Rose of Penn State for all-time NCAA tournament wins. You would think that he's going to break that. Like, what are we talking about here?
That's just wild. I heard that this morning, and I was like, I have to bring this when we talk volleyball.
Like,
I didn't think we'd start with volleyball, but just kind of it just naturally flowed.
I
But
get Pettit won 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but like Cook's won 4.
Yeah.
right.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
And it's been like that long, like the longevity too. Like Ryan Day's only been in that seat for how many years?
Yeah, John Cook's done it for over 20 years. Okay, sorry, Connor.
Wild.
I'm baffled. Right, I don't even know.
I want to talk about, like, obviously this Nebraska volleyball team is insane. Like, insane is the only word I have for it. They are incredibly talented. They are, in my opinion, the best in the sport. But everyone wants to talk about, Bergen Riley, Harper Murray, Lexi Rodriguez. One player that I have been so impressed with in this tournament is Andy Jackson.
Well, Andy Jackson's a bad bitch, man.
Yeah,
she
dude.
is.
She
is awesome.
killing it.
She's so bad.
And
She is awesome.
that is not me taking away from any of the other players I've listed or didn't list. Rebecca Alec in this tournament has been fantastic. But Andy Jackson, dude, has just impressed me game after game. It's incredible.
Between her and Rebecca Alec, like just like the fiery that they play with and like looking over at the net and stuff like that. Like that's what that sport needs.
Yeah.
And I know they try to tone it down like the ref and the officiating does, but man, that it is so fun to watch volleyball when the girls are like chirping and
Yeah,
like and
after
they're not
like
even saying anything. They're
after
just
like
looking
a
at each other.
Big block. They're staring at the opponent.
Oh,
Dude, it's awesome.
So awesome.
So a new thing for me is I don't use the term dog anymore. The AWG. You know what I've changed it to?
Bad bitch. Because she's a bad bitch.
Well, okay, maybe that'll be the new one. But the thing that I've been saying instead of dog is killa. Do we have any killas?
Yeah.
Does Nebraska volleyball have any killas?
They've got
Literally everyone
10.
on the roster.
I
They've
can't
got
even
10
count on
killas?
one hand, bro. Everybody is a killa on that court, bro.
Did you
And it
guys
shows.
Did you guys see the picture of Rebecca Alec when she was sitting waiting to get back in? She was knitting. Like
Yeah.
that is the definition of unbothered.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, no, we're gonna win this. I'm gonna start knitting. That's
Jeez.
fucking crazy.
That's
to know-
unhinged. That's unhinged, babe.
To know that you are just that good? Your team is that good that you're just like, no, I know we're playing to get to a natty. I'm going to start natty.
Guess what?
I got to get this winter glove done.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm making Josiah a glove. All right.
Yeah.
right. You know who in our society is unhinged? Killers.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I mean? If you're knitting on the side, I mean, there's a wire that doesn't connect, which is a good thing sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just unbothered. Also, did you guys see ESPN putting out the picture of Rebecca Alex's brother wearing a corn
Jesus.
polo
Oh, yeah.
in the stands? And it's clearly not Josiah.
What are we
You can see
doing?
Josiah's hair in the side of
What
the
are we
picture.
doing?
That is not Josiah.
It was
Alex.
like her stepdad or something.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
just crazy.
Yeah, that's you know what? It's not surprising just from having Josiah in here and kind of seeing the characters that the Alex are. That she's just over here knitting. Like, it's just awesome.
Those Alex, man.
Those Alex are fun.
I
I mean, he's dabbing up DR after Nebraska ball got a dub too.
Yep.
Yeah. I just don't think the Alex are wired differently. Like
It's fine.
they
Built
they
different.
only care about competition.
Yep.
That's all, and they're good at it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Shout out to the mom and dads of those two.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
making some
All-star
dogs.
family.
Or kill us. One of the
Kill us. Joseph Doherty. I'm sorry.
Doherty?
I blew that.
Is it
He
Doherty?
says Husker Wrestling is ranked 4th nationally right now, so give them their roses as well.
Fucking
Oh,
Top 5.
Hey,
What
shout out.
Was it Joseph?
Yeah.
Joseph, I don't know if you have followed the show long enough. I have to beg to get wrestling segments on the show. But yes, no, trust me, I'm watching very closely. Husker Wrestling. But can I call them dogs, or are we still on Killas?
They're killers.
You guys can. That's me. I'm Killa.
I don't
If
want
you want to use Killa, that's fine. If you,
I'm not calling the wrestlers bad bitches because I think that's kind of weird. And
yeah.
I think they might kill me. So we're
Yeah.
gonna stick with Killas. I think that's a good one.
And like, I don't know. I can't call them dog killers or killer dogs.
No,
like
don't
either
do that.
you
Oh,
combine the
oh.
terms and it's bad.
yeah.
But take your pick of either one, and that's what that wrestling team is. They're sick.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they play in the NFL of wrestling division
Right.
or
You don't.
conferences.
You don't
Tough.
play wrestling.
Well, whatever.
You wrestle.
You wrestle.
You
You
wrestle.
wrestling. Unfortunately, they wrestle in
Yeah.
the Big Ten, which is the
Big,
elite.
The Big Ten is the only conference that matters in wrestling.
Correct.
Big 12 has some good schools up there too. Oklahoma State's good.
Right.
Cale Sanderson was a guy.
Yeah.
A long
Cale
time
Sanderson
ago.
was a god.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was a killer.
Anyways,
Okay. Just last thing for volleyball. Just finish the job, ladies. Finish the job. You know what I mean?
I'm actually really bummed. Like
Please.
last year, I went to the Final Four, and it was a great time. Like it was crazy up until that final match, the championship happened against Texas.
Yeah.
Like I'm super bummed. I can't go this year because I'm just working on other stuff. But yeah, last year was incredible. So I'm super bummed.
To that point, I will never do this again, but I want to give a thank you to Creighton for taking Texas out. Fuck your three-peat. Horns down. Horns down.
Fuck yeah.
Thank you, Creighton.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, and you know what? Listen, Creighton balled out. They
had a
really did.
great
Their
season.
run this year.
it's pretty good.
Yeah. Their whole
crazy.
year was really good.
Yeah, it was really, really good. And for a moment, it did look like, okay, they took that match to the 5th set. And I was
against
like,
Nebraska.
no,
Oh,
no,
against Penn State? Yeah. No, that was a fun
Last
match
night.
to watch. I watched all of it.
it was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a squad over there.
Well, I even felt bad because Mike, you had sent that text out like Creighton with AY, and you're like, "Ugh." And I'm like, I don't even want to talk shit on them.
Yeah, it was
Well,
awesome.
because the funny part about is Creighton volleyball is all these J-skers, they still root for Nebraska volleyball over their own team. That's the most annoying part about J-skers is that you have an elite volleyball program, but you're all Nebraska volleyball fans. So, fuck you again.
Hey man, just pick and choose whenever it's convenient for you. you
Yep.
know?
It's fun.
I want
Convenient.
to ask, like, Nebraska has always been, I mean, I'm not going to say it's like only a volleyball state. Like, obviously, football has arguably the biggest following, and it's not really even arguable. But with Creighton doing what they did this year, is Nebraska the volleyball state?
Oh, have
name
been.
Yeah,
name the
been.
next.
It has been.
Second to none.
I will tell you, I was really rooting for Creighton against Penn State because I wanted that in-state matchup badly. I wanted it. It would have been incredible.
Yeah.
No matter how it played out, it would have been like must-watch TV. It's
For
appointment
sure.
TV.
Listen,
They took us a 5 last time.
Bellevue went to the championship for their conference, their level.
Mm.
Nebraska is going to the Final Four. Creighton did what they just did. The Omaha Supernovas last year won the first Pro Volleyball Federation championship last year. That's 4 teams. That's only 4. And I know there's another one. And I'm so sorry I can't remember, but all the volleyball programs in the state of Nebraska all make it to the highest levels of competition. Every single one.
Volleyball state.
Volleyball state.
It is what it is. And like people say that as a pejorative, as a negative. Nope.
I'll take it.
Fuck yeah.
There's a lot of bad bitches in Nebraska.
God damn.
There are, I mean, let's talk about, football and basketball. So there's volleyball, football, basketball that we can talk like, oh, that's the state. There are 47 other states out there that can't claim shit. You're going to say, oh, you just got volleyball. You're goddamn right we do.
Yeah.
Well, goddamn right we do.
And it's funny. I mean, I know it's indoor volleyball, but like these other states get to play volleyball like outdoors and stuff like all year round, and we still are like the mecca. We are the place for volleyball.
Yeah. Like all our squads have to like travel to Jamaica to go play in tournaments and stuff like that. Like in the wintertime, sand volleyball, all this other stuff. Like, yeah, it really is the epicenter of volleyball in the United States.
Yes.
And you know what? I know for a fact, because I work so closely with the Omaha Supernovas, there are ladies on that team from other countries, from other Big Ten schools even, and they will tell you Nebraska is the epicenter of volleyball.
Oh yeah,
don't get it twisted now.
They probably all wanted to be drafted by the Supernovas.
I'm very excited. I'm sure you guys already saw that Allie Batenhorst is coming back to Omaha to play for the Novas.
Indeed.
I'm very excited. Allie Batenhorst, a great player.
Kendra Waite for Creighton, likely one of the best setters in the country, probably is. And Lindsey Krause is also joining the Supernovas this year. So
I'm saying it'd be fun to have a Supernovas little segment during the season. It'd be kind of fun. But
you took a championship roster and you just added 3 more 5 stars.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. Reload.
It almost doesn't seem fair.
Calvin Dodd says Kearney, Wayne State, Western Nebraska Community College.
There you go.
UNK's
so even more teams.
Yes. UNK's volleyball is pretty good.
A lot of bad bitches in Nebraska. That's all I gotta say.
Yep.
Okay. Just real quick. It's still early in basketball season, but it was very nice to see Nebraska ball redeem themselves after what was a pathetic showing at Michigan State.
Agreed.
Yes.
They come back home. They take their 4th straight from Blue Blood, Indiana.
What did they say?
Well,
did they say, who's your daddy?
4th straight, man. And each one of them, again, in dominating fashion. Each one.
They didn't score for like the last 4 minutes of the game, Indiana. And that game was close up until like the last 5 minutes. And Nebraska just did not allow them to score the rest of the game. They're like, we're done.
Was it a 16-1 run or a 17-1 run to end that game?
I thought it was 17-0. Maybe I'm wrong about that.
They put up 1.
Yeah. Good for them. Good job, guys. Good job. You got 1.
You did it. Wow, give me applause.
There was an attempt. So it was very nice to see that. Bryce goes off for a 30-pointer. And not just that, but like a lot of scores in double digits. Season got 13. Perfect.
I love Connor.
I don't need a Season to go for 30. If you can get me double digits off the bench, like within 10, 17, something like that, and he's efficient, fucking A.
Am I crazy to say that Connor Season is a better version of Casey Tominaga?
Okay.
Just hold on.
Hold on. I can explain why I'm saying that.
Okay.
Go on.
He's less of a defensive liability. He drives to the basket a lot more efficiently. And he can shoot, I won't say as well as Casey, but pretty damn close.
I agree with 2.5 things you said there.
Okay.
My thing where I've had this argument a lot, whether a Season was like an effective replacement for Casey.
Definitely.
And
effective.
I said, yes, he absolutely is an effective replacement. But then I've been asked who is better? And that's a really tough argument because Casey could do things that Connor Season can't.
What can he do that Connor Season can't do?
I think Casey's threes were better. But the one thing for Connor Season that I'll give him is he is not quite as streaky as Casey was. Casey would go off and have amazing games and then come back and be maybe a little bit lackluster. When a Season hits the court, I pretty much know what I'm getting.
Oh, yeah.
And it's always consistently good ball. Casey was just kind of up and down at times. So I think a Season in that category alone, that specific category, I think a Season is probably better. So overall, I probably still take Casey.
Yeah. So Connor and Casey.
You're not talking
They're-
about me.
No,
Oh,
No.
okay.
definitely fucking not. Jesus. What a
Just checking. I'm just checking.
Connor Esesian and Casey Tominaga are very similar for many different reasons. Among them, they're both appealing to the fan base, right? You see Esesian going to volleyball games, saying, GBR, I'm here, let's go. He's making videos, right? He's making himself visible to everybody.
For all sports,
Yeah.
football, volleyball, everything.
Yeah, he enjoys being here. But then on the downside of that, like on the court, when teams focused on Casey, they did what they had to do to make sure that he didn't fucking touch the ball. Because they knew, streaky, right? As soon as he makes one, it's, fuck, here we go. So you hold him a little bit, and that's how you stop him. You're a little aggressive. And I think that's what teams were going to do to Connor Esesian as well. You saw that at Sparty.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Didn't score any points. Not one. Okay, so
He shot like one shot
why do you think that is? Because
because they were all on him.
you know what I mean? They're
bread and butter.
holding it. Do whatever you got to do. And so, yes, they're very similar in these ways.
So he shot one shot at Michigan State. Is that would we compare him to Luke Cockbrenner when he plays Nebraska?
Right.
Like 2
Ryan.
shots up or Ryan? Whatever.
Right.
Right.
I don't give a
Cock and balls. Soft. Fucking soft. Okay.
KB,
Any,
you got anything?
anything else about basketball or whatever?
You good?
No.
Any comments in the chat about basketball?
Nope.
Oh,
Nope. Sean Hauska says,
Gators.
I'm getting Nebraska versus Cincinnati tickets in KC. We were just talking about that.
Yeah.
I think we might
yeah. I'm trying to go down
mess
there.
around. Yeah.
Maybe see if we can do like a show or something. We'll see.
I thought we said we don't do live shows.
We might not
I
do
wrote
live
that.
shows anymore until we win one. I maybe won't do more live
Jesus,
shows.
man.
It
That's
is.
sad.
We didn't do one at Purdue and we won.
We did
I'm
win
just
at
saying.
Purdue.
Jeez.
It is. So the obviously I think it got officially changed. Was that today or yesterday?
Today.
Is it not a little weird to you guys that the game wouldn't be played at the Bengals Stadium in Cincinnati?
It's a
Like-
money thing, dude. That-
No, I get it. It's
Yeah.
the capacity, but it started at Lucas Oil, which holds fewer fans than the Bengals Stadium. And now you've moved it to Arrowhead, which essentially guarantees that this will be a home game for the Huskers.
Fine by me. Like fans that want to bitch. I'm just telling you right now, this game was supposed to be in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Now it is the closest road game Nebraska's played since Kansas State. So
It's like being in the Big 12 again.
get your tickets, get your hotels, and drive 3 hours and go watch Nebraska play.
And quit your bitching.
It's a Thursday game. I don't care.
It's a Thursday game. A lot of people are hung up on by this. We got work. We got kids that take to school.
Quit
Tough
your
shit.
jobs.
Tough shit.
Hire a babysitter.
Yeah.
All right. Well, 2025 schedule since we last met has come out. Cincinnati at Arrowhead. Just when Dylan wasn't getting enough shit for trying to be like Patrick Mahomes.
He gets to play in Patrick Mahomes' home.
Jesus Christ. God.
I didn't think about that.
He's signing autographs for people
Real
that
question.
probably think he's Patrick.
That's probably
Okay,
I know,
fair.
I
I do want to clarify.
I was being a
Avery Howard is the one that posted that video, and
Yes.
it went all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
And her main point on that video was like, if people would just open it and listen, all those people are saying Dylan, because they're all Nebraska fans.
Right.
Yeah.
They're all Nebraska fans, so they knew exactly who he was. He's signing, and he wasn't like out there like strutting around or anything. He was just standing on the sideline, and these kids are going, Dylan, come sign our gloves or
Dylan.
whatever.
Dylan.
And of course, all these like big media outlets pick it up, and they're like, "There he goes again. He's
Baby-
trying to act like they
Baby
probably
Mo-
thought he was Patrick." Like,
Bro really thinks he's him.
yeah,
Yeah, what's that bar chair media or whatever?
Bar chair.
But so real question, and if I could bet this, I certainly would. Patrick Mahomes is going to be at that game, right?
Oh,
Like
most
they
Oh,
know
yeah.
each other. They're friends.
yeah, he'll be there.
Mahomes.
Do you
will be
want
at
him to
that
be
game.
there?
Hear me out. Patrick Mahomes walks Nebraska out of the tunnel for the tunnel walk.
Jesus Christ.
If that happens, there's no way we lose, right? The refs are
I'm
immediately.
just saying,
like, yeah.
we go from Bud Crawford to Patrick Mahomes, and he's holding baby Mahomes' hand.
him and Dylan.
just put Patrick in a Nebraska uniform and see if they notice.
Does-
How about that?
Does
That'd be
Jackson
sick.
do a TikTok dance on the sideline for Nebraska?
It would only be fitting.
I'll be your Jackson.
Oh, I would pay.
Yeah,
I would pay.
Oh, does everybody like the schedule? 2025, you like it?
I don't care.
All right.
I don't care.
Hold on a second.
I'm ready to be hurt.
Hold on.
Isn't it like the easiest Big Ten schedule?
Let's do this. Ready? Cincinnati. What do you think?
We're not doing
I
that.
don't think
We're
we
not
should
doing
do
that
that yet.
We're not
No.
doing that.
Just read through it.
Akron. Come on. 2-0?
No,
Yeah,
Stop.
you want to say it.
Stop.
Houston Christian. Letdown
Powerhouse.
game? Oh, that's a letdown game. That's
a powerhouse.
what the fuck is their mascot, bro?
Houston Christian?
Yeah. What are they?
some guy named Christian
I-
running around throwing hot dogs and stuff.
Wait, do you
The Houston Christian Glizzy Gobblers.
know? Because I'm just gonna
No,
guess like
I
the
have
Panthers
zero
or some shit.
Okay, what is the schedule?
Okay. Well,
Yeah, we're through week 3.
I'm trying to do a
Don't
win-loss thing.
We're not
here,
doing
guys.
We're not doing
things.
win-loss.
No, we're not. We don't know who's on the team.
Yeah, no, that's fucking. So Houston Christian, right? Michigan at home. Michigan State at home.
Quit glancing at us.
Maryland on the road. Minnesota on the road. Northwestern at home. USC at home. UCLA in LA. Penn State at Penn State.
Going to that game.
And then Iowa at home.
Did you say we're at Minnesota or at home?
At Minnesota.
Is that a Malachi Coleman revenge game?
Is he going to row our boats?
He hasn't even committed there yet.
Jesus.
He's got multiple visits with his
What do you-
agents.
You haven't seen
Wait,
his
I'm sorry.
his
Did you not?
picture?
You know Malachi Coleman did commit to Minnesota, right?
Did he officially commit?
Yeah, like
No,
5
did-
days ago.
I thought it was just
No,
like
that
a-
was just his official visit.
Yeah, he just posted a picture.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He
I
put
missed-
like hashtag RTB question
yeah,
mark.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I misread that.
Yeah, no, he's. If you don't remember Malachi's recruiting process the first time, he loves the attention. So he will soak it all up, and he's going to do that for all of his visits because he has an agent that is assisting him, and it's going to be helping him. It's helping with the clips, and it's probably helping him with the graphics and everything else. So
Wherever he goes, I hope he does well.
So, without getting Malachi,
bye.
bye. I'm looking at it. Yes, I'm gonna fucking do this. Shut up.
Oh no.
The L's right away
Penn State.
at Penn State.
Is that it?
I want to. I do. Yeah.
There's not another one on there that like
I want to say Michigan. I do want to say Michigan. Those are the two that I'm just like dead set.
We lost to
Else.
UCLA. That's an easy one. We haven't beat Minnesota in a long time. That could be an easy one. I'm just telling you, like,
Yeah,
I could find more L's than W's if you want to play that game. Just
I'm-
with history.
Yeah, but we're Nebraska though.
the history would definitely tell me that what you just listed off does not sound great for 2025.
Yeah.
I think it's favorable, but I also have been a Nebraska fan my entire life, and especially in the last decade. So there's no gimmies. Even Houston Christian, the powerhouse,
The
is not a gimme.
Is that the game that Danny Kalen plays? Oh wait.
He's at Virginia
is he
now.
Well, he might leave there too because they just got another transfer quarterback.
Did
so,
they?
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes.
You know what's sad, guys, is like I see 4 straight home games, and I'm just like, is that a good thing? Isn't that kind of sad that we
I think you
back
should
in the
break them up.
day, it's you're at home, it's a dub, right? We love home games, but now it's just like, are home games good? You know what I mean?
So my thought is you got to break them up because a home game I think is a really good way to kind of reset the psyche, and say I'm in front of my own fans. I got 90,000 here or whatever it might be, maybe just shy of, and it's a good way to reset when you have 4 in a row.
Yeah.
And then you've got this stretch of just constantly being on the road in front of, when I say hostile crowds, I don't mean the fans are assholes or anything, but like it's probably a little bit hard mentally to kind of deal with. So I think splitting those home games up would probably be a more effective way to continue wins throughout the season.
They don't make the schedule.
No, I'm aware.
I don't know. I just there's just a thought that comes to my head where our fans can be fickle. We show up every week.
We beat Fickle. Remember
did.
we opened the segment with
Fuck
that.
fickle. I just there's a part of me that I like when the team gets out of here every once in a while. And so when you start with 4 in a row, I don't know.
I don't care.
It's kind of a sad thought.
4 in a row. You start with 4 in a row.
Mhm. Well,
No,
You go
got
to
the
Kansas
neutral
City.
site. Yeah.
I mean,
then
that's
it's
a home
4.
game.
Then it's 4.
Okay.
So 5 straight
At
home
home
games.
warning.
Sick.
Like on paper, it's great. It's like, yeah, more home games. Woo! But it's really not that. It's not that way. They don't play that great at home, except when it's Colorado. Lightning in a bottle, turns out.
Can I posit that they also don't play well on the road?
I mean, I bet they played just as well on the road as they did at home because they won as many as they lost.
Yeah.
Connor, fair point.
Kyle, you got any comments in the chat?
Yeah. Number one, BA throws another $2 in here. Thank you, sir. He says NBNR plus BA Coaches Show tailgate for Arrowhead. That is a big possibility.
Most definitely.
And then BA says, I remember Michael Satterfield trying to convince me the 2025 season was going to be an insane gauntlet, which we kind of already talked about. You are.
I am
Mike Delaware. You are Michael Satterfield.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
And Sean Hauska says, thoughts on the new DB coach?
Okay.
Addison. What is it? Addison what?
I don't even know. I don't even know that I have looked into this enough.
Addison Williams from UCF. He served as the defensive coordinator at UCF.
That's a pro.
That is a pro, right?
Yep.
I see some of these hires, and like when you're a defensive coordinator, you're in charge of a lot of things. You have a lot of responsibilities. Unlike, and I don't mean to throw him under the bus because it's not his fault.
You're gonna
Garrett McGuire, like he wasn't really ever in charge of stuff until he got here, and then it's like, oh shit. So it's like I like that he was a DC. Rule is going all in on Florida.
And Georgia, getting this guy, he's from Georgia. And then his recruiting ties are into Florida and Georgia. So he's trying to get the big states.
Yeah, the talent-rich states. He's obviously trying, and we always kind of knew this, right? At first, there was a lot of Texas. And now it seems like Florida. We're switching to Florida a little bit.
We're
Florida.
diversifying our portfolio.
And Missouri.
Yeah, Kansas City, St. Louis. Yeah.
Yeah.
And look, a lot of great athletes have come out of Florida, obviously.
Tim Tebow.
One of our greatest quarterbacks of all time.
That's the first place you went.
Aaron Hernandez.
Out of Florida, yeah.
Damn it. Bradenton, Florida's own Tommy Frazier. And
Better
yes,
than Belly Button.
Ja'Cory Barney. I like Ja'Cory Barney, you know?
Vincent Shavers. Willis McGahee.
A lot of good guys coming out of there. Loading up on the talent. Now, are they good coaches? I don't know. I think they're going to be good recruiters, getting guys from Florida. Are they going to be good coaches?
But you know, the only thing that keeps a player here
Relationships
is wins.
and money.
Wins.
And wins.
Wins.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if you go to a program and you guys are consistently putting up 4 to 6 win seasons,
Yikes.
they are going to go somewhere that is getting more wins. It's inevitable. It will happen.
Or money. I think there's a reason that Miami 5, 6, whatever it is, that are at Nebraska right now are staying at Nebraska. And I think that driving factor, it's not wins, only winning 6 games. I think it's money, 1890 ponying up, getting a guy like who's
Williams.
who's the outside linebacker coach they brought back?
Philip Simpson.
Yeah, bringing back Philip Simpson.
Yeah.
Doing things like that will help the relationship aspect, but also 1890 ponying up and being like, here you go. We want you around. You are the future.
I know that they just released the rankings for like NIL value and their contributions to players and stuff like that. Now listen, there are probably 50 programs in the country that have similar, I don't know if it's as good, they have similar NIL contributions and these big organizations that are paying out this big money. I'm telling you, if you don't start winning, these kids can go get money anywhere.
Yep.
Literally anywhere in the country.
Sure.
And so if you're trying to debate, well, I can go get money and more wins here, or I can stay here and just get money, like what's the point of staying? So that's my point to that is like, at the end of the day, it's ultimately going to come down to wins, because if you're not winning, I can still go get money anywhere. It's like, I don't know. And this is where, before we started the show, I wanted to bring up something just in college football in general. And that is How are we feeling about college football?
I hate it.
Just as general.
I fucking
So,
hate it, dude.
I
really do.
The reason why I've never been a big NFL fan is because guys just come and go, come and go, come and go, come and go. It's really difficult just to find a player and just really love watching their journey, because in a year they're going to be gone. And so college football is turning into that. Like, my fandom starts with just watching, let's say, a Ramir Johnson get here, see him sit for a year, whatever, develop. You start seeing him a bunch more. Amir Abdullah was this exact same way. His freshman year, he's like just returning kicks, and you're like, who is this kid? And then he turns into like this franchise running back who's now playing in the NFL. You get to watch him from start to finish. And now I'm watching the Nebraska team, and I'm like, I don't know half the roster anymore. Every year it's a reset. I need to learn, who is this guy? Who's this guy? Who's this guy? I don't know what he did. It ultimately has just turned into money. It's turned into the NFL. And I really am just getting burnt out on it, to be honest.
College is worse than the NFL.
Yeah, because it's the Wild West.
It's fucking, I hate it.
Do you guys want to hear my argument about how we can fix this? And it's very easy.
Okay.
First of all, I am pro NIL. These athletes generate a lot of money for their respective programs.
Indeed.
And I do believe they deserve a cut. I am also pro portal, because if you're not getting what you need, that playing time, if you want to make it to the next level, you should be able to go to a program where you can get that. I think the answer to what is, like you said, the Wild West right now is weirdly turning more towards the NFL. Contracts.
Yeah.
You want to come here and we're going to get you this money. You got to sign with me for 2, 3, 4 years, and you're going to play here.
Well, yeah.
And I know that's like a much more, like, we're really trending towards a professional league at that point because it is contracted. But that's how, Kyle, you don't have to learn a new roster every year because we signed a contract. You're going to play here. I think that's a very fair argument, because otherwise, yeah, I'm shelling out all this money for a guy that might play 4 or 5 games here.
Yeah, but I mean, then you run into the problem of, like, the greatest aspect of the United States military, and this is such a weird comparison, but it's all voluntary. Like, nobody's forced to be there right now. And so you have people that want to be there. They want to do their part, right? And it's the same thing in college athletics. It's like, if you start forcing guys the first year that they're here, you try to redshirt them. And then the second year, you're like, okay, I think we might, you're not going to be playing as much, but you're on contract, so you have to be here. They don't want to be there. Like,
there's going to be rules around the contracts, though. Contracts are going to happen. I saw, I think Tim Verghese or somebody tweeted about it, that we're going to have to wait maybe until next summer before they figure out a way to regulate this player movement. And contracts are going to be a thing.
Yeah.
It's just they're trying to figure out like how they're going to word it, because they don't want to make these guys employees either. They almost need to be contractors because they don't want to pay for benefits and stuff. They don't want to have to guarantee them retirement, all those things.
right.
So I think that's the big holdup right now with all this stuff. There will be contracts. And it's very unfortunate for the fans, especially like what Kyle's talking about. Like, you fall in love with this guy and whatever, and then he's gone. And then you got to go and we got to do it all over again. And so it's another roster. Oh, this is my new favorite receiver, and he's gone.
Well, and a big aspect of that too is like this whole red shirt thing, this whole red shirt discussion.
Why redshirt anybody?
You're not going to redshirt anybody anymore.
Right. Why would you? Get your use out of them, because they're going to be gone next year.
If you do not crack the 2 deep after 2 years,
You're gone.
you're gone.
Yep.
Go on, get now.
You only have 105 spots. Think about it.
Yep.
2 deep, special teams. After that, you're going to have what, 20, 30 guys left?
The thing that you have to do, and yes, contracts,
They're going to happen.
You take the football program and you take the
School?
academics. You gotta separate them,
They will be.
because the whole academic thing, whether we like it or not, still holds a lot of weight in terms of like portal shit and all that. You gotta make the football program just a separate entity. I think that's one of the big holdups in this whole thing.
Well, this is now, and I mean, but here's the problem though, is like, do you move all athletics separate from the school? Because it's even starting to happen in volleyball now. Purdue's just lost 3 people today. Like 3 of their starting lineup today just said, I'm gone. Like, what do you do?
We're gonna get to a point where the NFL is 32, right?
Yep.
In college, I don't know if it's 32 or whatever, but it's just going to have to be that way. Like the 32 biggest programs are just going to have to be the thing. And yes, this isn't going to happen next year, maybe not even within 10 years, but I'm just saying I can see a point in time where there's like 40 major teams and everybody else, I don't know, man. Like sorry, not sorry. Like
hello, Marshall. Sorry you had to cancel your bowl game because you don't have enough players.
You're
Yeah,
just
it's
not
insane.
You're just not generating enough revenue for you to like you'll still be a team, but it's just in the grand scheme, you're not gonna be important.
Can I tell you my least favorite argument? It's developed,
Which is rich coming from Nebraska fans. By the
Yeah.
way.
but this argument's been a thing for the last 2 or 3 years now. But people saying that, like, we've lost the student and student athlete. Here's what I would tell you: we never had it.
Yeah.
We never had it. It has
Not
always
really.
been athletes that go to classes at that university. They have tutors. I have talked with people. Those athletes really aren't doing a whole lot of their classwork.
Some of them are.
Some of them are.
The Ty Robinsons of the world that are going to be doctors.
Yes.
Like after they're
Those
done playing
guys
football.
obviously are.
But yes, the majority of them are there to
Yeah.
play football. They're not there to play school.
Yeah. Shout out. Was that Cardell Jones?
Cardell Jones.
Yeah.
Like the Dr. Rob Zadishkas of the world
Yeah.
are the exception.
Minority.
They're
Yeah.
the exception.
They're
not the rule.
outliers.
Yes.
Yes.
They are. Sadly.
The other part of this argument is Kyle mentioned, like just like the military, where you sign a contract and all that stuff. But with the military, I just wanted to bring up Navy beat Army. So suck it, Jared. Suck it, Kyle.
Why do you hate America?
Navy is America.
It is
So-
literally so Connor does a whole bunch of work with the Marines, Toys for Tots, all this other stuff
Isn't that
through
something?
Nebraska Brewing Company.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah.
But it is the only day of the year where the Marines will claim the Navy. That is the only
Hey.
day a year. And they are so fucking loud about it. It's just so annoying to me.
Hey, the Marines support Navy because I always leave a 5-star for my Uber drivers. The Marines support Navy. That's their Uber. Like, go Navy, beat Army.
Yeah.
They did.
You ever
So
walk up to a Marine and go, "Oh yeah, you guys are the Department of the Navy," and they'll
They'll-
give you the
they'll punch
hardest
you in the
time.
fucking face.
Yeah. So it's just whatever. That's a whole thing.
College sports on Saturdays, love watching it, but it's just the whole everything else.
Well, in the portal window thing, that's going to have to change because now you see the Penn State quarterback who has played quite a bit this year he's like, yeah, well, unfortunately, the way the portal window works, the only way I'm going to get my value in the portal is if I go now. And I understand that my team's competing for a national title potentially, and we're in the college football playoff.
He announced today he's staying at Penn State.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Did he?
He announced today.
Okay.
So they
Um,
ponied up and paid him.
So hear me out.
It's a mess.
I am in favor of one portal window. Currently, we have 2. Yeah.
We have the early window and
Yeah.
December and then-
one portal window. And I think it needs to move beyond bowl season.
Oh,
Well,
100%.
And somebody brought this up to me. They're like, "Well, they got to be able to enroll in class." I go, "They break every rule in the book to get these student athletes on their campus. I'm sure that they can let them enroll late."
Yes.
right. They're still in school at the other place. So why does it matter?
Right.
Right.
Enroll in what?
School?
The fuck did you just say to me?
Yeah.
Enroll in class? Shut up.
Oh, also,
How many people we got in there?
113.
Um,
Okay.
Again, going back, and this is not me dogging on Army anymore, but I did learn recently the Army QB entered the portal.
I didn't know you could do that.
So I had to
Running
learn
back.
about it.
Running back.
Running back.
So it was running back.
Get
I'm
your
sorry.
shit
Running back.
straight.
I'm sorry.
This motherfucker.
But I had to read into this about I didn't realize you could transfer out of service academies. A very notable example, not a transfer, obviously, but a
Also.
similar situation. Roger Staubach,
Hmm.
who did go play in the NFL, but still served 5 years in the Army. So they still owe their commitment to whatever branch that they were going to school for, but they are able to transfer out. They just don't become commissioned as officers.
Oh,
It was a very, I had to read into this.
so
and
they're
I
like
think
their contract gets like dumbed down to just a regular enlisted.
from my understanding,
I don't
that's what
think
it
so.
is.
I think even like Paul Skeens, he started in an academy, ended up, and now he's in Major League Baseball. That dude's never going to serve it a day in his life. I'm just telling you, there you have like within your first 2 or 3 years, you can transfer and get out of it. I think, but yeah,
I don't know if somebody in the chat knows a little bit more about this. I'd love to learn because I was super confused when I saw it.
Yeah, same.
Like all this talk about, damn it, Kyle,
I know.
you've depressed me.
I know.
Let's turn to a happier thing. Can we do that?
Sure.
Just real quick. I know we don't have that much time, but last week I about threw a little hissy fit. I was being a little whiny baby,
A little BF.
a little bitch, because I thought Keona Davis was going to leave. Not. He back.
That was
He's a black shirt.
that was big. That was big news.
That was big time.
You know what I mean? I was just so worried last week.
RVP said he's locked in.
I was shitting out of my doo-doo ass because I thought Keona Davis was going to leave.
Do you have a different one?
My doo-doo ass.
So there's that. Okay. Maybe this is a controversial take on my part. So Williams Waneri. Yeah, however you say his name.
Why?
5-star
Plus.
plus.
5-star plus.
No, there's no two. You're just
No.
adding pluses.
No, it is a 5-star plus.
Shut up.
And I also read into this. I think you only get a 5-star plus if every major recruiting outlet puts you at 5 stars.
I think it's just 1 plus.
I think it's just 1 plus.
It says plus, and there's a plus symbol next to it. It's 5-star plus.
Fuck you.
Am I
That's
a
real.
plus or am I just a plus?
I think you're a plus minus.
Oh,
Yeah.
Which even which cancels out the plus.
Which means you're just a 5-star.
God, what a mess. But I get it. Very talented, right? More talented than in his little pinky finger than I could ever be in my whole fat body, right?
Yes.
I want someone that's played meaningful snaps. You know what I mean? And at a lower level, even. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't regret them getting Williams Waneri. Just I need experience.
They're gonna get experience.
Like, why is there a part of me that's like, damn, all the potential in the world, and for what? And maybe that's me being negative. That's fine.
It's you being negative.
Well, did he not? Did
Oh,
he not keep his red shirt at Mizzou last year?
He did.
he did. Yeah.
So I mean, sure.
And I get it. He's a true freshman there.
Yeah.
I didn't expect him to play a lot.
He had a great sack against Maryland. That's like the one thing everyone talks about is his play against Maryland. But it's tough to gauge.
Here's my question.
Yep.
Is he a killer?
I don't know.
We'll
yet.
find out.
I don't know.
Kyle, what do you say?
Breaking news. I don't know what I'm trying to. Here we go. Breaking news.
Oh no.
Well, does it fit?
Yeah, it does. Dante Dowdell has just entered the transfer portal.
Okay, that was going to be my next question.
Okay.
Go on, but you have something you want to say.
Yes, and it is the same thing I have said the entire time since the portal opened.
Yeah,
Entering the portal does not mean you're gone.
that's fair.
Well,
It means
that
you're
he's not-
able to be contacted in the open.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you're gone.
Emmett Johnson also entered the portal.
No, he
Technically, no, he didn't.
Oh, fuck.
He came back before the
See,
portal opened.
this is why I fucking hate you guys. I hate this whole thing.
It's stupid.
Yeah. He
It's
announced his
literally
intent to, and
this-
we gave him a bag, and he came back.
That news came from Andrew Batcher, and I confirmed it via the Twitter or the X, whatever.
Well, there's 12 touchdowns off the board.
Well,
Or Emma Johnson's getting 12 more.
I mean, here's the thing. I would imagine that they're telling Emmett that he's going to be the feature guy. And so, yeah, Dowdell apparently doesn't like that.
Dowdell doesn't. He doesn't.
Now I
like
have to
that.
fix my tweet again. I said Thunder Lightning with
Can you even imagine being the poor souls that have to keep track of this shit?
the recruiting guys that we have on our podcast.
My God.
That sucks.
That sucks.
What a mess. Okay. Emmett Johnson came back, and even though that happened, and yes, I know he wasn't really in the portal. Shut up. He's here, whatever. I was still of the opinion that they needed to get another running back out of the portal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, this whole situation, it's like, okay, well, Emmett talked about transferring, so I wonder if like 1890 went and talked to him, gave him more money, and then Dante's looking at it going, well, hell, if that's all I got to do is get more money, I'm going to go to the transfer portal. Let's see if they bid me up too. Like,
Yeah.
Hear me
come
out.
on.
You know who's in the portal right now?
Who?
We should just sign a fucking check for? Trevor Etienne. Go
He's in the
sign.
portal again?
Yeah.
Wow.
As of like a week ago, I think.
Let's do it.
Go sign a
I don't
check.
see that happening.
This is just
It's just going to be this. This is it right now until we get contracts. This is college football.
can we make a pact that we're just not going to talk about transfer portal stuff in this podcast anymore?
It's tough.
I think it's fair to, when there's an actual decision made that someone is either arriving or actually has left, I'll talk about it then. But the declarations of I'm going to the portal, I don't care. Make your goddamn decision.
I don't.
Then I'll
care.
talk about it.
It's just brutal. It's hard to talk about. And it's like, this will be irrelevant in about 3 hours
Exactly.
when something gets fixed or remove themselves from the portal after, 1890 talk to them or whatever. Like, these conversations are going to take up 20 minutes every episode. And in 12 hours, it's all going to be just irrelevant. That makes no sense. And people listening are like, what the hell are these guys talking about?
We'll end up making clips.
Yeah.
We're going to go, that's not what fucking happened, dumbass.
Yeah.
And we'll have to have that same argument of that was recorded 5 days ago.
Yeah, I know it sounded really good, but we recorded that a week ago. So, yeah, it's tough to keep up with that stuff. I would just say, if you're a fan and you see Dowdell enters the portal, this is what you don't do.
Tweet at him.
You don't tweet shit about him because this guy could likely end up back at the school.
And listen,
No.
at the end of the day, he served his purpose. He played for your school.
He scored 12
He was
touchdowns.
a meaningful contributor.
He was a meaningful contributor,
That's
and
right.
you loved him about, 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Like, what are you going to say?
You know, if he does go to a new school and you do tweet at him, you know what you say? Thank you. I hope you play well.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, here's what we should do, guys. We should create a video. Let me say that again. Because that was weird. We need to create a video, whole cloth, just us spreading rumors about him.
Yeah.
We need more views, more clicks.
Oh, weird. Who does that?
So I have
We have no integrity here. Fuck y'all.
Yeah.
We just want clicks.
Yeah, we're going to make shit up and then put it all over and act like I'm an insider and all this shit. Yeah, let's do that.
I'm going to create 5 Twitter burner accounts just doing the same exact thing on all of them with different names. And I'm going to thrive off the chaos that is Nebraska football.
a segment that I've wanted to pitch for a long time is just spreading harmless rumors about Big Ten coaches or coaches in general. Like Ryan Day dyes his hair, or like maybe Kalen DeBoer was left-handed but doesn't tell anybody, and just do
Just harmless little.
Yeah, PJ Fleck lies about his golf handicap. Like just very harmless rumors, but I think I'm just going to start doing that. I feel
PJ
like
Fleck.
yeah. PJ Fleck has never actually been in a boat.
PJ Fleck doesn't own a
Yeah,
boat.
PJ Fleck cannot swim.
Yeah.
What else, guys?
You were talking with that Williams guy.
Williams Waneri.
That is exactly the type of guy that you need to go for now.
Okay.
Because when contracts come into play in a year or so, he's the type of guy that you're. And here's my favorite part about getting a guy like that. He redshirted this year, so he got to do all the strength and conditioning, like learning what it's like to be a college player,
Sure.
playing in the SEC, seeing all of that. We got him after that, so he got to at least get to see it. So when he comes here, it won't be as bad.
Here's my counter argument.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
And just like with fucking Sam McEwen saying some dumb shit, you're saying some dumb shit. Ready?
Yep.
Jacob Hood.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, well, and there's
Mic drop.
There's also an aspect that's like you see these guys. It's like, oh, this transfer is coming to Nebraska on a visit. He was limited in 2023, and I'm like, I've seen this play out.
Right.
I've seen the guys that were limited all year last year for whatever unknown reason.
You know what, Kyle? It's always something, isn't it?
It is.
It's always something. It's always fucking some shit, isn't it?
Well, normally I would say
he
like,
didn't play because. Let me read the list. There's always a fucking list why you didn't play.
normally I would say, oh, there's always a reason why you're picking up somebody's sloppy seconds, right? In the portal,
Yeah.
or thirds or fourths or fifths at this point, like Dowdell, he's going to his third school potentially. But I would say in this era, a lot of these guys are entering the portal to find out their money value. So
This era sucks.
this might be the best time to get a guy out of the portal.
Sorry.
Because maybe they're not leaving on bad terms. They're leaving because 1, they don't have room for him. 2, they want more money. I'm in on both.
No,
of those.
Kyle. He just needs a change of scenery.
We've heard that.
Bleh.
Just keep them away from the damn vape shops.
Vape shops. You know, he entered the portal too.
Yes, he did.
I saw that.
Oh, that was breaking news. It was like, oh yeah, Eric Gilbert enters the transfer portal, and I'm like, from where?
yeah.
From former 5-star that was at 3 other schools before this.
Wait, he entered the portal from the port. Like he was already in the portal.
He wasn't.
I mean, that's just free agency.
He's just
That's
been-
all it is.
He's just been spinning in the twilight zone for the past year.
No, he entered the portal for Lancaster. Lancaster.
Oh, jeez.
Lancaster.
Michael.
They didn't want to put that in there, so they just put Nebraska.
That's good. That's really good. Yo,
Oh
he
man.
has entered the portal from the correctional. What new correctional? Oh God.
I don't. Thank you for starting.
There's our viral clip. That's good. That's really good.
All right, we're at an hour 3.
You know what? No. You know what, Mike? I'm going to defend you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Was that a classless joke? Was it distasteful? Was it trash? Yeah. But you know what? That's kind of where we are with college football right now. Everything is just trashy and classless and heartless. There's no heart in this shit anymore, man. It's all about money.
Hey, when one of your favorite movies is The Longest Yard, you can make that joke.
Yeah.
Well, I think again, with NIL and these players getting paid and the freedom of the portal, we have opened up more room for criticism. I think that's fair.
Is what
Because
it is.
We are treating you like professionals. We are.
Yeah.
I think it's fair to treat them like it.
Okay. I mean, I didn't rob a vape shop. Just saying. I did not do that.
You didn't.
And I wasn't on camera doing that. So it wasn't like allegedly. No, like I did not do that. He did.
You didn't pick up a rock and oh boy.
It was a brick.
Oh yeah.
Calm
Sorry.
down.
Yeah. It was a-
Let's be accurate.
Oh, I'm dead.
No, honestly,
All right.
like, fuck it, dude. This is where we're at, man. This is where we're at. This is what it's all brought us to.
I'm excited because next week we have a guest. We have Parker Thune coming on. He works for Rivals. He covers Oklahoma Sooner sports, but he's from Omaha. So I'm excited to get his take on it because he does work for Rivals. He does cover this stuff.
On Arik Gilbert?
Well, he covers everything. He probably knows a little thing about him. So it'll be excited. I'm excited to hear from somebody who has to live it and breathe it every single day. Maybe they can bring us down and be like, hey, this is what's going to happen. Or maybe they're like, no, that shit sucks.
No, this shit sucks. You're right.
Yeah, try doing it for a living. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do have Parker Thune coming on the pod next Monday. We've got a long list of guests lined up. It's the off season, boys. We've got nothing but guests to fill our episodes for the next 6 months till football season starts again.
It's silly season. We're going to have a bunch of silly gooses. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To join us.
We're like booked into February right now.
We are.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun couple of months, boys.
So we can talk more portal.
Yay.
Yay.
The porthole?
You know what has a
Porthole?
porthole? Navy ships. Go Navy.
Yeah, okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah. That's the last time I'll do it. I'm sorry.
That was a dismantling. You deserve it.
Yeah,
You
the
deserve
Marines
to
got
talk
that
shit.
too, don't they?
How many viewers?
113 still.
Fuck.
They didn't scare
Where
them off.
y'all at, man? Where
Thanks.
y'all at?
All right, 114 now. Thanks for being here.
Boy.
Thanks for being here.
Nah, I feel
BA's wife joined.
Shout out.
Okay. Anything else, guys?
I'm good.
I don't
No.
think so.
No, this was, this was a little this episode was a little disheartening. Had some good laughs,
Yeah.
but yeah,
At
that's,
others'
I just
expense?
I just wanted to bring up the whole state of college football.
Sucks.
Well, I'm driving on the way here, and like that was something that I wanted to kind of bring up is just like how's everybody feeling with the state of things in the world of college football, and because I feel the same way. It just sucks.
Yeah, I mean, like we've been doing this for 4 years, right? And so it's like we get on this schedule of like, okay, the season's coming up. You talk through that stuff with the guests, and then season happens. We talk through the season, which usually isn't that good. And then after the season, it's like you rinse and repeat. And it just seems like now every week we talk, and then the next week everything is just a 180. Everything is just changed. There's new people on the roster. There's new coaches. There's
Coaching
new.
currently.
It's impossible. It really does take a toll on you a bit. Like every Monday, we're gonna go talk, and it's all just gonna be wrong in 24 hours.
Well, I think
Could be.
I think a factor in this, Kyle, is I think we're just getting older. I think we're all just getting older, and everybody else, they probably find this very entertaining, and it's, ooh, what's it going to be today? Yay. You know, they doom scroll on every fucking website. I'm just getting too old for this shit, man.
You guys know the President of the United States does a State of the Union every year, right? We do a State of the Union every goddamn week.
Yeah.
Because shit changes every week.
Everything's a referendum.
Yeah.
It's either the world is ending or, you know,
It's one of those
whatever
things that,
the
like,
opposite is.
I appreciate the presumably still 114 that are in that lobby.
Yeah.
But when we come back next week, you can hear us talk about entirely different shit.
Yeah.
Even if it's the same shit we were covering today, it's going to be entirely different.
It's just a fucking loop, guys. You 114, you're a bunch of
Sickos.
sickos. Thank you. I was going to say something else.
We appreciate you, but you're a sicko.
Hey, I'm all about it.
Hey, if they're the sickos, then what does that make? What's that make us?
I
We
don't
are
know.
we are nuts.
We are nothing good.
Yeah.
We are the king pig. Okay. NBNRpodcast.com. You know, we got articles in there that just talk about portal stuff and, you know, coaching changes and who's getting paid today, who's not getting paid, who's leaving, who's not. Ugh. I mean, they're great articles, though. You should go read those.
They are.
Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. No Blue Sky.
YouTube.
What are we at on YouTube? We're at 900.
Guys, we've been at 890. Like, we can't crack the 180 to 190 to save our life.
Come on.
Please, just go in there. We're trying to get to 1,000
On YouTube.
Yes, on YouTube. 1,000 subscribers. Mike's getting a tattoo, like an eardrop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
teardrop.
But
Yeah.
it'll
On
be
his
a
face.
corn cob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
we just need to get there. Like, we've been putting in so much effort to make sure that thing's growing, and we just seem to hit like a roadblock. So please go to YouTube and find NBNR, No Block, No Rock. Hit subscribe. We greatly appreciate it.
You can hit subscribe and like you can mute us if you want. Just hit subscribe.
So I guess I am unfamiliar. I don't use YouTube that often. How much does it cost them to subscribe?
It's free.
Oh, what?
Fucking zero.
Unlike YouTube TV, who keeps raising their
God.
prices,
Oh, don't even
Yeah.
the
start.
cost of
Oy.
YouTube is free.
So that is, again, we talk about
For now.
our sponsor earlier, Underdog Sports. Sign up with the code NBNR and you can support the pod without giving us any money directly. Subscribing to our YouTube. When we hit that 1,000 mark, you are supporting the podcast. We get to monetize. We are able to support this show for you clicking a button. It is free. It takes 5 seconds.
We love it.
I am one of your hosts, Jared Hull.
Mike Delaware.
Connor Kavalak.
Kyle Byers.
As always, whatever.
Beat Wisconsin. No, beat
Beat
we did
Boston
that.
College?
Beat
Boston.
Penn State.
Boston
yeah.
College. We have Boston College on the 28th.
We've got
Volleyball. Connor.
Oh, that. Yeah, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
let's beat
I'm
Penn
colorblind.
State.
And GBR.